Hello everybody, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of the Road to Glory Career Mode. Welcome to episode number 2 now of the brand new series here with Forest Green Rovers. A massive thank you for the support on episode number 1. Really appreciate that. If you can keep it up for today's episode, that would be fantastic. So, today we've got action from 3 League 2 games, including a live one later on as well, so that makes it 4. But before we jump into that, I've got to show you the game against Salford in the Carabao Cup. I decided to sim it. Not interested in the Carabao Cup this year. My focus is solely on the league itself. It's going to be, hopefully, a good season for us in the league. We will try our hardest, of course, to get promotion into League 1, but I can't be wasting time with Carabao Cups. So, to be honest, I said to myself, whatever happens against Salford, if we lose it, we lose it. If we win it, good. We'll move on to the next round where we'll probably get knocked out. So, that was pretty much my mindset. So, to lose it 2-0, I wasn't too bothered. But here we go then with the actual action for today. Starting it off with a former club of mine in Grimsby Town in the league. And we started off the game pretty well. We had chances from the offset, our first couple coming, and this was a really nice move as well by Williams and Adams, who linked up really well. A great back heel from Williams setting through Adams, but his shot was straight at the goalkeeper, so an easy save in the end. But a very good start from us. We were piling on the pressure from the offset. However, a mistake here after a Thomas goal kick allowed Green for Grimsby to have the chance, and from a tight angle, he very nearly found the back of the net to be denied by the crossbar, and thankfully so for us, because that would have been a very frustrating way to fall behind in the game. But then a really nice move down the right-hand side. Started off with the player who finished it off. Mondal lays it back towards Dawson, who played the pass initially to get him in down the right-hand side. And past the half-an-hour mark, it was Forest Green 1, Grimsby Town 0. And like I said earlier, Grimsby Town, of course, a former club of mine in last year's Road to Glory in FIFA 19. So it seems a bit weird to be playing against them, but of course, their team's changed a little bit. It's not my team that I had with them, and I don't sort of have any connections with the club, if that makes sense, in this year's Road to Glory, so I wasn't too fussed about going in front against them. And then look at this for a through ball, by the way. What a pick out that is over on this left-hand side towards Riera. He does really well to get the chance, lays it off, and again, it was Dawson with another opportunity. This time, though, he was denied well by the goalkeeper, but the pressure was there. We were dominating the game, and the final score from the new lawn was Forest Green 1, Grimsby Town 0. A very slender victory, but it was the win, and we have to take the positives when they come our way. We dominated the game, and we were the better team there. So I was very happy with that, I can't lie. I felt very good coming away from that game with the win. Grimsby Town, tough team to play against, so to get it was very good. But we continue the action pretty much. You're going to see all 3 games, one after the other, because that's how I wanted it to be. Give you guys the action as early as possible. Our next game, though, coming against Port Vale, and 12 minutes into this, what a chance it was for Williams, who during this game had quite a few chances, let's just put it that way. And you can see Winchester into Dawson, Dawson off to Williams. Lovely turn by him, you're thinking hit the back of the net, except he put it wide again. And at this stage now, this is where I realised, okay, maybe I have to dip into the transfer market. We'll talk about that in a bit of time, because Pope went very close for Port Vale there. A rare chance for them, which they very nearly took. And it was into the second half before we looked like scoring. Mondal here, testing the palms of the goalkeeper. An easy save in the end for him to make. But like I said, Williams already having 2 chances in the game. He got third. Winchester with the ball up towards him. The turn is brilliant. It's great to get him in. But when he's in this position, he's got to hit the target. So I kind of came away from this game thinking to myself, I thought my team was done. I thought I didn't have to make any more new signings. We've, of course, got a really good scout, hopefully bringing the players through. But after I finish this game here and Freya gets in the 90th minute and hits it straight at the goalkeeper, there was one thought in my mind, and that was, I think I need to go out and find myself a striker. Maybe not somebody to come in and be the #1 man, if you will, but somebody to put a little bit of pressure, I guess, on Williams' shoulders, on some of the other players' shoulders, to kind of make them have that bit of pressure to up their game, if you will. Because after this game, how we didn't come away with the 3 points was beyond me. So, yeah, I came away from that thinking to myself, okay, maybe it was a one-off, or maybe I do need to go out there and find another striker to play alongside Williams. Somebody who can put the ball in the back of the net. Somebody who, yeah, maybe not as great in terms of pace or ability to turn players like Williams was showing, but somebody, when he gets that chance, can just finish it off. Because then we took on Bradford away from home, and again, it was Dawson looking lively, gets inside the area, very close with this shot, inches away from making it 1-0. But straight after that game against Port Vale, a 0-0 draw where I would call it 2 points dropped, I felt Bradford were not going to be an easy game, but you can see when Lopez gets in here, wild challenge, by the way, by the Bradford defender, the ball just wouldn't go in. It just would not go in the back of the net. 2 minutes until half-time here, and we end up kneeing this, I believe, with Adams. He doesn't even get a clear connection on the ball or a clean connection, and it goes wide. So, yeah, you can kind of see it's more midfielders having the chances during the game. Dawson again trying to find another one, and this is where I realised I'm going out to get myself a striker. Lovely play by Dawson, lays it off to Williams, goal gaping, didn't hit the target. So at this point, I made my decision. I said, I am out. I'm going to go and find myself a striker in the transfer window, even if it is just a loan deal for the season, just to give us a second option up front, because Williams just was not performing during the games. Dawson here with a minute to play, trying to find a breakthrough, and we got it. 20 seconds left on the clock. Bradford 0, Forest Green 1. It was the substitute, I believe, Aitchinson, is that how you say it? I'm not quite sure, who'd come on for Williams, laid through by Dawson, who's having a fantastic start to today's episode. Dawson, by the way, what a player he looks to be for this Forest Green side. He just says, there you go, mate, tap it home. Aitchinson does that, and thankfully, although it looked like we were going to come away with only the single point from the game, we managed to get a 1-0 victory. So, yeah, coming away from that one, I felt relieved more than anything, but I definitely did need to go out there and pick up a striker in the transfer market. You can see, although we were sixth, we were joint or just above the lowest scorers in the league. The only two teams below us were the two teams sat in the relegation zone. So that kind of summed it up. So at that point, I knew full well I had to go out and find somebody who could put the ball in the back of the net. And that's what we did. I've been looking around the transfer market to try and bring in a striker on loan who can help us in the goals department, because as you've seen in the games we've been playing, we're struggling for goals at the moment. That's Williams not having the greatest time of things. He's been missing quite a few chances that he's been getting. He's doing really well to get into those positions, but when he's in there, he needs to finish them. So I've managed to get one in. I'm not even joking when I say this. It took me like 10 minutes of searching to find somebody who was willing to join us. I tried Mason Greenwood. I tried some big players anyway from like sort of big teams. You had Greenwood, Guibels from Monaco. There was Fabio Silva as well from Porto I looked at. And eventually, I managed to bring a player in because at that point, I felt like nobody was going to join us. But we did bring one in. It is this man right here, Gorka Guruzeta is how I'm going to say that. A 22-year-old Spaniard, 6'2", has joined us from Bilbao. He's on loan here, I think, for the next year, maybe even 2 years. I can't remember how long the loan is. But the best bit about it is the finishing. 72 finishing. Now, I'll show you his overall sort of, I guess, stats and everything right here so we can check him out in a bit more detail. He's got 3-star, 3-star, I think. Or 4-star, 3-star. Yeah, 4-star, 3-star. He's not the quickest of strikers. A little bit different in that to Williams, who is a little bit more quicker. But, like I said, that finishing aspect is what I've brought him in for. He's got really good hold-up play as well with good vision and decent passing too. So he should be able to get his teammates involved in moves. And ultimately, he's just there to put the ball in the back of the net. Because right now, that's what we're struggling with. So the only one downside is the composure. Because if we take a look at that, he's only got 53 composure. But the 4-star weak foot combined with 70+ finishing should hopefully do well for the club. Because as I show you, Williams, he's a little bit quicker, like I said, but his finishing is only 62. And a composure of 58. So when we eventually get Guruzeta up in terms of his morale, then he should go up a little bit. But he will start in this first game. He's wearing the number 9 shirt, so a lot of pressure on that young man's shoulders. Guruzeta is going to get his first taste of action here in this home game against Newport County. He's got fellow Spaniard and fellow youngster as well, Lopez, who can introduce him to the team and all that good stuff, so he should feel right at home. He comes into the team and he already improves us. He's one of the best players at the club already at 68 rated. We'll see how he performs in front of goal in this game here against Newport County. It's coming up at the new lawn. It's time to try and pick up another 3 points. Let's do it. Mills with the corner in towards the box. Sent in. Ledbetter heads it straight back out. It will be another corner for Forest Green to send into the middle just after the half-an-hour mark. Mills takes it again. This time it's good as it's towards the head of Adams. He can't win it, but Dawson has possession for us then as he feeds Winchester. Winchester looking to turn and find the next pass. Instead, though, there's no pass on, so just looks to run it instead. And there's the pass off towards Gaber. Good control here as we look for the cut back. It's come back towards Gaber, and he gets a second chance at it. But he can't find anybody in a green shirt. Here is Guruzeta, though. with his first shot in a Forest Green shirt, and it's straight at the goalkeeper. However, it is on target, so there's that plus point to think about. And it had to be a very quick shot from him as well. Adams has got the run now from Guruzeta, but it's a poor pass from Adams, but he's made something of it. Here is Guruzeta, now Winchester, tight angle, but he still looks for the shot anyway, because the pass back to our number 9 was cut off. Winchester really had to go it himself there. He tried to. It was a good save by the goalkeeper, and that will be it for the first half of football here at the New Lawn. It is 0-0 at the break, and again, we're beginning to show signs of domination, but we need to finish off the chances. Admittedly, we've not had too many clear-cut ones like we've been having in the earlier games of today, but when they do come our way, we'll have to finish them. But a couple of half chances here and there. Of course, the goalkeeper's made a couple of saves, but they were straight at him. And how long do we wait to get the likes of Williams on off the bench? Mills off towards Mondal, gets to turn away, feeds it back towards Winchester. Now Adams. Adams into the feet of Guruzeta, whose turn is okay. But his shot leaves a lot to be desired, so I think it's time for a couple of changes. And I'm actually going to bring off Guruzeta here, and let's bring on Collins or Williams. Collins is he's not as good in the shooting aspect, so let's bring on Williams. Freya is also going to come on for Mondal, because he hasn't done much today. And I think Winchester as well, purely for fitness reasons, will bring on Taylor at the cam role. Still looking for a breakthrough here. There's half an hour to play. It remains 0-0, and it's looking like this could be a 0-0 game. Here is Adams off towards Mills. We've got 27 minutes left, and Mills can't quite beat the defender there in Whitley. But his clearance is not good enough as we get it back. Here is Freya, now towards the feet of Taylor. Taylor off to Williams. Williams now trying to work a shooting opportunity, which he gets! And George Williams produces a shot that's finally made the goalkeeper work. Because there it looked like it was going back across him. Again, though, to be fair, I didn't actually realise it was pretty much straight at him. I thought that was a bit more in the corner. It actually wasn't. You can see the finishing aspect. Right now, we just can't hit a barn door. And when we do, it's normally straight at the goalkeeper. Freya's corner in towards the box. Sent in. Williams trying to attack it. It's punched out by Dawson with a shot. And it's Bennett who can clear away for Newport. 12 minutes to play here in the game, and we are still searching for a breakthrough. Williams into the feet of Taylor, who's brought down, but the referee says no free kick. And hang on a second here, because Amond is down this left-hand side. He's got nobody for support just yet, though, and Gaber says, get off the ball, it's my ball. Takes it off him. That ball off to Mills as well. He's flicked on well up towards the feet of Freya. Now to Taylor. Taylor's got Williams making a move, but he can't find him with the first pass, but he somehow comes away with possession. Is this the chance Forest Green were waiting for? Taylor's ball towards Williams, and there is the goal that we were trying to find for the last 83 minutes. I was just going to say, although we weren't leading the game, we can take positives because we were the better team. It was one-way traffic here. That's the positive sign, even if we weren't to score. And maybe, just maybe, the new signing of Guruzeta has put a little bit of pressure now on Williams' shoulders, and he has to now step up to the plate and deliver. He's come off the bench here. Taylor, great work, showed heart, determination to keep hold of the ball, laid it through to Williams, and that finish is what we are looking for. We didn't see it earlier on. The pressure now of Guruzeta seemingly getting the best, hopefully, out of George Williams, as that is a fine finish, 6 minutes from time, and Forest Green at the moment are heading to 3 points. But again, it's only 1-0. Into injury time now, as I don't want to do anything stupid to throw this result away, but hang on a second, because George Williams wants a second goal, and George Williams might just get it! And he does! 30 seconds remain here at the New Lawn, and George Williams has come off the bench to smash in 2. He's got himself a brace. Where's this been, George? Where has this been? Like I said, maybe Guruzeta, who's coming in, has brought this on. But look at this for a finish by George Williams. Puts his foot straight through the ball and rifles it into the top corner. And there's my celebration as well. We have been convincing, dominant, and really good here. And we are getting our reward for that as well. 3 points, 2-0, clean sheet, brace for George Williams. This is what we were wanting. There is the full-time whistle then in the game. 2-0 the final score. As I shake the hand of the opposition manager, Newport County just didn't show up today. But to be fair, like I said, we were good for so long in that game. We dominated pretty much 99% of it. Apart from one chance for Amond at the start of the second half, Newport County didn't really register a shot. Williams coming off the bench, grabs himself a brace. 6 minutes from time, we were 0-0. He got 2 in 6 minutes. The first question in our post-match interview is about Mills. saying, how satisfied are we with his performances? I'm going to say must keep momentum. But of course as well that this is the guy that everybody will be talking about. George Williams got 2 goals in 6 minutes. And as you can see there, he was the hero. An impressive performance from Williams. I will say that. He came off the bench to make the difference. And that's what we want from him. He's one of the better players here at Forest Green. He needs to show it. And with Guruzeta coming in, he's got pressure now as well. Special win to beat Newport County. How do you comment? I will say we earned this result. We worked hard to get it, both in the match and the lead-up. I'm proud of the lads. This is a special win. Thumbs up from me, which I think now, I don't actually know where that leaves us in the league table, but on that topic, this is going to be where we end off today because we've got transfer deadline day, and I still want to strengthen this squad because I don't actually have enough money to make transfers happen in the way of, I guess, permanent deals, but I can bring in 1 or 2 more players maybe on loan if we can agree to low wages. So I'm going to have a look around and see if I can find players that are going to improve the squad. I won't just bring players in for bringing the player in's sake. I want to actually improve our team. So if I feel like I can do that, I'm going to have a look off camera, come back with a shortlist for the next episode, and then we'll have a look at trying to bring 1 or 2 more players in on loan ahead of this season kicking on and hopefully seeing us be at the top end of the table. So for today then, this is where we stand in EFL League 2. Colchester and Crawley Town at the top of the table after 6 games, 14 points apiece. We are on 13 points. Colchester and Crawley at the moment, the only 2 sides undefeated in League 2. For us, 3rd place, it's a very respectable 3rd place. Of course, remember as well, the top 3 gain promotion to the League 1, and then of course the other 4 fight it out from 4th to 7th in the playoffs for the final spot, and we'll see how that one progresses. But yeah, very, very happy with that. Top 3 is what we want to be, and out of curiosity as well, I actually want to see who is actually in League 1, who's doing well and whatnot, because there might be some interesting teams in League 1. You know, we've got Portsmouth in there, Sunderland in there, Bolton, some very, very good teams in League 1, so yeah, it could be quite an interesting season if we can get up there at the end of this one. But there's still a long way to go. 40 games remain in this League 2 campaign. It's a long, long, long season, and we will have to fight for the majority of it. I will try and show you guys a squad report pretty much maybe every month if I can remember. But if not, I'll try and do it every sort of 3 months because I know you guys want to get to know the players and all that good stuff. But just to show you as well, Wanderson Mitov is up by 6 overall so far from 44 to 50. You might remember I brought him in as a bit of fun to see how much we could train him and get him up. Well, he's up by 6 at this current time, so he is really progressing. Lopez up by 1. Our scout future star. You can see who's gone up in the short time we have been here. Some very, very good growth coming out of players. But of course, in terms of how we are currently getting on for goals, the reason we had to make a new signing today in terms of a striker, you can see it. We were one of the lowest scorers in the division previously. Outside of the pre-season tour, Williams is the top scorer with 3 in 6 in League 2. Of course, 2 of those coming in that game right there. So remember that because we are one of the lowest scorers in the opening 6 games. But nevertheless, a massive thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, a massive thank you for your support on the channel as well. I really appreciate everything you do for me and the channel. If you are new around here and like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. We try to upload every single day for you to enjoy. Until next time, have a great Sunday evening, and I will see you all again tomorrow with another video. Catch you all then, guys. Adios.